Hi, I'm Eric Fronapple, part of the group Corporate Punishment, and I'm here to talk to you today about General Electric and the Healthy Imagination Project. General Electric is one of the world's largest firms and has been for quite some time. It is made up of many different business entities, which include businesses in medicine, engineering, finance, and many others. Jeffrey Immelt is the current CEO. He was hired in 2001, and since his hiring has experienced setback after setback. He's trying to restructure the company and has done so by downsizing, by laying off employees, and also by selling some of the businesses that GE had under its name. The recent recession and attack on 9/11 had a huge impact on General Electric and resulted in decreased revenues. Since these events, the company has been trying to get back to its former glory and boost its bottom line. Jeffrey Immelt has decided to go about boosting its bottom line by downsizing the company. He has done so by selling off different parts of the company, including its NBC holdings, to try and make the company have less expenses. He's tried to push the Healthy Imagination project amidst some skepticism of people who think that it will not work and it does not have the company's best interest in mind. Immelt believes by pushing the Healthy Imagination project, which has to do with medicine and the medical field, that he will be able to return the company to its profitable roots. After examining the general environment, the analysis determines the political, legal, sociocultural, and technological segments influence GE the most. As a leader in medical equipment production, GE is constantly trying to stay ahead of the curve. Research and development is becoming very important for this firm. As globalization occurs, GE is vulnerable to the uncertainties that are in countries which are developing economies and infrastructure. As countries around the world address the ever-increasing need for medical care, GE must respond with cheap and effective equipment. This has become one of the main pushes of the eco-imagination movement. Immelt is trying to make cheap equipment that can be used around the world, given the current medical outlook. GE must stay on the cutting edge and continue to make strides in the research and development department to remain a viable firm in the eyes of its buyers. Now on to the internal analysis. Brand image has become a big problem for GE in the past. Recent articles in the Wall Street Journal and others have indicated that GE is one of the top polluters in the world, which is directly in opposite of what they're trying to do, which is to be a world-friendly firm. Its brand image has taken a hit because of the amount of waste their production process generates, which has made public news. GE has always been able to gain a competitive advantage by being able to invest so much into research and development, and this will help them with their Healthy Imagination project. GE must fix their public image first and foremost, and then continue on to be one of the most technologically advanced firms in their field. They must also address the problem of managerial training. Wall Street Journal ran a story about how their managers are not trained to deal with present-day problems that go on in business. The managerial training system was implemented in the 1950s and does not deal with the globalization problems that GE is facing. GE's firm is so big that the next breakthrough could as easily come from India or China as it could come from the US. Their managers are currently not prepared for this kind of business strategy. GE is currently using a cost leadership strategy with its Healthy Imagination movement. It has used differentiation in the past with their jet engines, their green jet engines and things like that, but they're trying to push a cost leadership when it comes to Healthy Imagination. They're doing this because they're trying to get their medical products to as many countries as they can and to be able to be incorporated in as many insurance systems as they can. With new systems like Obamacare coming into effect, cheap medical care is going to be of the utmost importance, and GE can capitalize on this if they make the right moves when they're dealing with their equipment. GE has been able to thrive in its current competitive position by using its large research department and funding to create a competitive advantage. Low-cost X-ray machines, portable ultrasounds, and affordable cardiac equipment are just some of the products that GE is selling using the cost leadership method. They must continue to develop these products and make them as cheap as possible if they want to remain a viable firm. GE has been an extremely diverse firm historically, although recently under Immelt and previous CEOs, it has divested in some of its operations, but still maintains an unrelated diversification strategy. GE, for example, brought in nearly $70 billion in annual profits, which accounted for nearly half, GE Capital, which accounted for nearly half of GE's revenues. Email has decided to restructure the firm and has actually decided to downsize GE Capital, even though it had $70 billion of revenue. GE Capital, Technology Infrastructure, GE Energy, GE Universal, and GE Home and Business Solutions are the 5 pillars that eMelt wants to push with his new brand image. During his time, though, eMelt has sold off some parts of GE Capital, as I said, and the majority stake in NBC Universal, showing that he is committed to downsizing the company. The firm, even though there has been some speculation of the firm's problems, the firm is still doing quite well, as in 2010 revenues were $150 billion. The recent recession and attack on 9/11 has seen a decrease in profit and a downsizing of the firm, though. The stock price has yet to break $20 since 2008, and it is estimated the firm has lost $200 billion in its market capitalization. The firm has still remained highly profitable, but it has to make some changes if it wants to regain the standing it once had. There are many alternatives that GE can take if they want to regain their former glory and boost their bottom line. One of them is to continue to divest and to streamline the company, focusing mainly on GE Technology, Energy, and Home and Business Solutions. The second is to continue to invest in research and development and focus on the healthcare initiative and the Healthy Imagination Project. The third is to invest more in their managerial training and take a top-down approach. If they have better managers, they can have a better firm. I've decided to take the second route for the firm to continue to invest in research and development. GE has already pledged to increase research and development to $10 billion by 2015, which is because of the huge revenues the company was seeing. eMelt has also pledged to invest $3 billion in healthcare-related R&D, $2 billion in financing, and $1 billion in technology and content by 2015. I think that GE should increase their R&D by 50%, or $1.5 billion, to raise the total R&D for healthcare to $4.5 billion. If eMelt wants Healthy Imagination to be successful, the proper amount of resources must be put forth. Not only will this increase in funding have a positive impact on the company financially, but it will lead to even more medical breakthroughs, which will help the world at large and also GE as a company. By proceeding with this investment, GE can continue to make breakthroughs that will lead to a better, healthier world and will also lead to a sustainable competitive advantage over its rivals.